That one time in the SLEs. No, so I actually do kind of want to talk about some Elder Scrolls stuff with you guys. Like, first of all, obviously, all of us have signed up for beta, right? Like, we've all signed up for beta? Okay.
I've signed up for beta.
I mean, what do you guys... I know you, like, Noel's got all these set characters and stuff, and, like, that's all cool and dandy. But, I mean, like, what other Elder Scrolls... You've played Morrowind, I think, right, Noel? Like,
Yeah,
what ones
I've played all the ones except for the original, Arena, and Redguard. We don't talk about Redguard.
Yeah. We don't talk about that game.
I've just played Morrowind.
Yeah, I started playing with Morrowind.
Yeah, I like started actually like most of the stuff I remember was Morrowind. I played Arena when I was like a year old, but you know I don't remember much of that.
That counts, but it doesn't count.
Yeah, it counts for me being cool, but it doesn't actually count. No, I totally understand that. And I don't know, like, first of all, I think, what do you guys think we're gonna see?
Who are we waiting on in the group? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think it's just lag between all of our internet latencies.
Let's not make things.
Because on my screen it's you. Me and Noel are like done. But no, I mean, what do you guys want to start talking about first? Like, there's combat, there's questing, there's. I guess we should talk about classes and races, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
What is everyone with on that? Like, I'm all for. Sorry, the Ebonheart dude.
Yep,
Nords, Dark Elves, and Argonians. Hell yeah! I'm so stoked about that.
Yeah.
Too.
What I was not stoked about is I couldn't be an Imperial.
Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. That's like what you always play as. I gotta admit though, after that cinematic trailer yesterday, I have a new respect for the Bretons. That assassin thief guy was so badass.
That looks fun.
And
that was awesome.
I was like looking at him and I was like, is that really a Breton? Really? That really is a Breton.
Useful for once?
I know, right? So I was just, yeah, I was like, all right, that's cool. No, but I liked the. I mean, cinematic-wise, what did you guys think of the cinematic trailer, for starters?
Oh my god, Jesus.
Like, I haven't been that impressed by a cinematic since I watched, like, my first Blizzard CG trailer.
Yeah, as cinematics go...
Diablo 3
what the fuck shouldn't be immune?
What did you say, Josh?
I said Diablo 3 cinematics were one of my favorites.
Diablo 3 were pretty good. Yeah, that's what I mean by Blizzard, like all of Blizzard stuff. I mean, it's always really good. And like I was pretty impressed with this because they'd release like other basic cinematics, but we haven't seen much of the Elder Scrolls Online, and this is definitely like a good starting point, I feel.
Yeah.
Just because that mage could cast like lightning spells, she was pretty BA, does not make me respect the Altmary Dominion anymore, though.
Yeah, no.
I still hate them so much.
Treachery of elves will never be forgotten.
Oh, I know.
Even if it happened like 2,000 years in
the future. Elves! No, but I'm pretty excited about that whole thing. I mean, I can't wait to own some elves. But I mean, what are you guys thinking about the whole idea of the level up system that they implied? Like, there will be like levels, but you're gonna level up your character, but then you're gonna like you level up your abilities and stuff by using them and shit like that. So you're gonna have like one-handed, all the same skills to make it feel something like Skyrim, but at the same time, it's not going to be Skyrim.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, are you guys okay with that, or do you guys kind of not like that?
I mean, obviously some sacrifices had to be made to make it work.
No, that's true, yeah. They had to have some sacrifices made to make it work, because I think the one thing that the Elder Scrolls has, with, like, Star Wars, for example, I think is the one thing that you can compare to the Elder Scrolls, because Star Wars had to appeal to two things, right? The Star Wars fans... And then they also had to appeal to MMO players, and they succeeded in appealing to the. They succeeded, I think, in appealing to like the Star Wars fans, because this is a really good Star Wars game.
Oh yeah.
But as far as like the hardcore MMO players, the players that would make it last in the long run, they had issues doing that at first. And I think I'm hoping because ZeniMax Online can handle that. Because with the Elder Scrolls, it's not just that. They have to literally appeal to the Elder Scrolls fan because there's never been like an MMO type game done with the Elder Scrolls. No. Yeah. And it's either going to be like Star Wars, where it's fun for like people like us, but in the vast world of things, everyone just goes back to frickin' World of Warcraft, right? Or it's actually going to be a game changer, you know? And it's actually going to change it for the better. So I don't know. I mean, character-wise, I know we're all going. We're the Ebonheart live stream. We're all going Ebonheart. But
Ebonheart for the win.
Ebonheart. But what race are you guys gonna play?
Be an Imperial. I guess I'll take the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I would like to be Imperial too, but
Nords are superior.
Oh, dude, the Nord, like, I'm gonna call him like a warrior in that trailer. So badass,
that
dude.
was fucking awesome.
I love the part. I know it's like a 0.2 second clip, right? When the werewolf actually touches him and he just headbutts it, and he's just like, "Fuck y'all, go
away!"
And then he just cuts his head off. That was so awesome. Yeah, that was so awesome. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, dude! Oh, it's so good." So I was like really stoked about that.
I don't know, the entry he made when they were all circling each other.
It jumps up. He's like, what the? Pulls it back in.
Yeah, it tries to run away. He pulls it back, and you just hear like a and then he climbs out of the hole. Oh, that was so funny, dude. I loved that. Oh, Kevin's calling. Hang on.
Got it.
How did I miss all of them?
Yeah, I think that was like, I think that was really, really cool. I was all for it. And I really liked how they did Nord. But yeah, that's a good point. Assassin's in the chat room right now, and he was like, I'm going to play an elf because he loves doing archery. Well, I wonder how they're going to handle those racials and stuff. Do you guys think they'll be the same as we've seen in Elder Scrolls games previously? Or do you think they'll be...
going to try and keep this, like, the worst thing they can do is try and make it exactly like an Elder Scrolls game. What they're going to have to do is try and keep the spirit of it.
But in an MMO form.
Oh, so, yeah, so are there going to be racials? Probably.
Right, but will they be the same? Yeah, because like in the MMO...
Oh,
no, go ahead.
I'm not expecting a, like, one-to-one exact like Skyrim. You level up your skills by using your skills. I'm expecting an XP, and you'll spend points and trees. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah, and I think, though, I could honestly see them, based on what, I don't know if you guys have listened to the Bethesda podcast from this week, but they talked about how they wanted to keep it as true to the Elder Scrolls as possible while still making an MMO. And the way he was actually describing it seemed like you'll be able to level up all your stuff and then go back and like redistribute points and stuff. So what would you think if they had a talent so they have like a talent system, right? But those points are like perks in Skyrim, and you put them into specific trees to like advance those trees, but you only have like a set amount of points, right? And that forces different builds. Do you think that would be pretty cool? I mean, it'd be the perfect blend as far as I'm concerned. And I'd like that, because it still feels like the Elder Scrolls, but it's an MMO. But then the only thing they would do that would be, like, truly different is they would have, right, they wouldn't have certain level requirements or stuff for abilities. So all of your abilities you'd, like, pick up, you know, like that, but all of these like perks and stuff you'd still have to build around and figure out. So there would be, I would like that though, because there'd be so many different builds, you know what I mean? Like every time I talk to someone who plays Skyrim, there is not one person who has exactly mimicked my build on any of my characters, you know? And I think that'd prove to be a huge variety, you know?
Is Kevin talking at us?
I'm here.
Oh, hey Kevin.
What's up, guys? I was just wondering what server to join.
Jedi Covenant.
Got it.
Yeah, we're on the Sword Tours talking Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I want to know though, like with the character creation. That's something I'm curious about, because in the Elder Scrolls, you have always always had phenomenal character customization, right? And that's what makes the Elder... I think, in all honesty, the character customization...
Spend 2 hours making your character wear a helmet the rest of the game.
Exactly. But, I mean, that's part of the Elder Scrolls, and it always has been. Like, it's always been there from the get-go. And if they, like, really half-ass that part, I'm gonna be pretty ticked, in all honesty.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Like with the Nord, that's why, like with the cinematics, you know, I like the cinematic, but the Nord was a stereotypical Nord. Now I've played a Nord. My Nord was a stealth archer. So I mean, am I gonna be able to make him look like the Breton? You know what I mean? I'm curious how that's gonna play, because if it's just a bunch of random sliders with set things like we see on Star Wars and stuff, to be honest, guys, I'm gonna hate it. Because that is they talk about, oh, we got to have these key defining pieces of an Elder Scrolls game. That is one of the key defining pieces of the Elder Scrolls game.
I think when are you just talking about like the physical look?
Yeah, yeah, the physical, like the tattoos and the hair and stuff.
That they're gonna limit you that way.
Right.
I think they said early on that you'll be able to customize your character to have all sorts of armor, and like I saw an Imperial armor set in one of the trailers. I can't remember where it was though.
I think it was in the gameplay trailer. That or the cinematic trailer. I'm trying to remember which one. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know they were in the cinematic trailer.
I'm like, I'm gonna get that armor. The only hope for me is like, can I make that armor useful for me?
Exactly, and I'm curious about that too, because like let's just take Skyrim, because that's the most recent one that I think everyone can associate with. And if you take Skyrim, like Nightingale armor, I can get that fairly early on. It's not the best armor in the game, but through smithing, I'm able to upgrade that armor to a much higher level and use it the rest of the game and make it the best armor for me. And I'm curious how that's going to play into the whole thing, you know? Obviously, crafting is going to be important. They've said that so many times in so many interviews. Crafting is going to be very important, you know? And again, totally fine with that. I hope it's that way, you know? But I'm curious how important it's going to be. Because, like, in an MMO, let's be honest here, guys, you get your crafting up, you level it up, you get like the gear, and then you replace it with raid gear. Like that's how it happens, you know. And you may get like 1 or 2 crafting patterns to get you started on the whole thing, but it's not going to be like anything super crazy, you know. It's not going to be anything that's I'll never replace this because I can keep upgrading it. So I'm curious how that's going to work. I don't know though. I personally, I know we're going to go Ebonheart. I love the Dark Elves, I love Morrowind, I love the Argonians, but I'm probably going to do a Nord. Because I want to do that Stealth Archer build. And I've always been a fan of the Nords, the Imperials, and the Khajiit.
Khajiit has no words for you.
I know.
Alright, sorry to break this up. But I'm creating my character. What should I be? Am I still going to be a healer?
Did we want to have him as a Smuggler healer or a Jedi Sage healer?
It doesn't matter. It's your choice, dude.
Yeah,
I want lightsaber.
Alright, Jedi Sage then. You're gonna go Jedi Consular, and at level 10 you're gonna pick Sage.
Oh, Jedi Consular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I'm really curious kind of how that's gonna work, how it's gonna function. And then, you know, what about... Another thing that I think would be very, very interesting, what about werewolves and vampires?
Oh man, yeah.
That's always been in the Elder Scrolls since Morrowind Tunable. And what's gonna happen with that? Am I gonna be able to be a werewolf? I hope so, because I'm always a werewolf, and every time I can be. Am I gonna be able to be a vampire? I mean, these are all questions. There's so many questions, you know.
The problem with me that I see about that, I don't know. I'm just gonna go back. I was gonna harp on Skyrim for not letting me join the silver hand.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I found out, whoa, werewolves! I don't want to be a part of this. This is bad news.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go find the guys who kill you guys.
Right. But you had to be a werewolf, yeah. No, you had to be a werewolf.
Choice. I know, which was stupid.
I agree with that. I think there's actually a mod that lets you join the Silver Hand and all that fancy stuff. But I mean, those are mods, and you know, that's
you're not gonna be able to mod this.
That's not the game. No, you
never gonna
can't. Are you kidding me? If they let the game mod, it's ruined. It's an MMO.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just curious how it's gonna work. But I mean, the other thing too that it, like with characters, right? We talked about racials. We talked about vampire, werewolf. The other thing too is they mentioned guilds, and like guilds, you'll be able to join multiple guilds, which I'm totally a fan of. I love that system in Guild Wars 2. It's one of my favorite parts about Guild Wars 2. Like, I can be a part of a big guild, but if me and some buddies are playing, I can use my points to, you know, mess with that guild, and it's done. It's not a big deal, and it's not gonna it's not gonna remove me from the other guild or anything like that, and I like that. But like, what's gonna happen with the whole guild thing? Because there's certain factions. Like, will I be able to join a guild with other factions? Right?
I'm thinking not.
It wouldn't make sense, no. But no. I'm curious.
Your guild has to be probably within your faction.
Yeah. Oh, that's what makes absolute sense. But I'm still curious, you know. I'm still very, very curious if that's gonna happen. Because personally, I mean, I think that would be pretty cool if you could like cross-join guilds for quests, but then it wouldn't make sense lore-wise, because the whole point of the game is to have these factions going at each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's just so much. I don't know. The big thing I think is character customization. That's gonna be huge, and they better have it. And then too, what do you guys think they're gonna do story-wise?
Well, I hear the story. Well, it's happening during the invasion of Cold Harbor.
Right.
If I remember correctly, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
so
very
I think
bad.
what happens, if I remember correctly, that you get your soul stolen pretty early on in this, and you're trying to get it back.
Okay, so that's like the main quest.
Yeah, that's your quest. Now, there's probably going to be. I'm assuming they're going to use something like the Radiant system.
Right.
To give you random ass quests wherever you go.
And they did really good with that in Skyrim.
The Radiant system was great.
Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't like, I liked my story, so I didn't use it too much. I used it for filler quests whenever I had to.
Yeah.
And spent my time on quests that I actually, you know, could get story out of.
Right.
But it's just, it will keep you interested. You won't run in like, oh, what's the next fucking quest? Oh, here's blah 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 blah.
Oh, exactly. And I'm okay with that. Especially if it's like for the area. Like if you go into an area. Yeah. The other thing I was curious, do you guys think they're going to do events like Guild Wars did? Because the event thing in Guild Wars was such a huge success.
They better. They better.
The events are pretty sweet in Guild Wars. That's one of my favorite parts.
There's a lot they learned and should have learned from Guild Wars.
Guild Wars did a lot right.
It did.
Especially for a free-to-play game. The other thing, too, is a lot of people have asked me, like, on Twitter... wait, it's a boss, so make sure you heal up. A lot of people have asked me, like, on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, is it going to be free-to-play? And apparently it's going to be a subscriber model. $15 a month. Dude, are you kidding me? I'm totally okay with that.
$15 a month or a year?
A month.
Yeah, forget it.
That's going to really limit the players, though.
But I don't want it to be cut in half. Look at Star Wars, and I will admit that Star Wars is not the best free-to-play option, but imagine playing the Elder Scrolls, and then you get to a part, it's like, you can't complete this quest because you're a free-to-play member. You can't have this because you're a free-to-play member. You can't do this because you're a free-to-play member. That sword you just got, you can't equip it because you're a free-to-play member.
Yeah,
do you really want that?
I think that's BS, but
no,
I think...
I wanted the Guild Wars model. If you pay it up front, you can buy extra nice stuff, but there's no subscription fee.
I'm with Noel completely on that. I mean, if you're paying $60 for a game, that's a big chunk of change. And if they're going to get a whole bunch of people to hop on board, I think $60 is an awful lot. And having $15 each month, that's silly talk. In 4 months, you're paying for the game over again.
Right. But I don't want it to be a free-to-play model. Now, what I was thinking is, what if they did an unlimited trial? Right? Like they had a trial later down the road. But another thing I think they could do that would be pretty smart, in all honesty, if they wanted to go with a subscriber-based model, and they do, and I would fully support it, to be honest, just to have a complete experience. But I think one thing that would be really smart to do is what if they did a subscriber-based model, But when you bought the game, you got a set amount. It wasn't 1 month free, but it was 2 or 3 months free. Would that change your opinion, or no?
Yes, I mean, if I bought the game, it gives me, say, 3 months for free, and it's like absolutely stellar, and it makes me want to come back and keep coming back to it, then I could see that. But still, that's like the biggest sticking point for me and for a lot of the people that I know to get into MMOs. They don't like having to pay each month to play a game that they've already paid for. I know that there'd be a lot more people playing, say, WoW or whatever it may be. I'm not too versed in the MMO.
WoW's $15 a month.
Yeah, but I mean, I know a lot of people that'd be all for it if you didn't have to pay each month, and that's why I think Guild Wars was such a big success.
Yeah.
That you pay up front, you get your game, and you can play with everybody. You get all the same stuff. Yes, you can purchase stuff with real money, but I mean, you don't have to keep pouring money into it. I think it kind of limits the casual from the hardcore gamers, which is okay, but
well, yeah, and Guild Wars I think did it right. But the one thing too with Guild Wars that I do want to mention is if you look at Guild Wars story quests, and I haven't leveled all the way up to 80, so I've gone to what, about like 45 or 50. But if you look at Guild Wars story quests, and like the whole idea is the story quests for Guild Wars get very old very fast, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Because you have the events, but the events start to overwhelm the story quest. I don't want that to happen in my Elder Scrolls game.
I'm with you on that.
And if that happens, then I'll be pissed. And that's why I'm really worried about some of the stuff, like a free-to-play model. Yeah, Guild Wars did it, I would say, partially right. Now, there's a lot of issues that not a lot of people like know to heart. There's people selling legendaries on the auction house that people are just buying with real money. There's people. So I don't like the idea of, hey, this guy just spent, you know, a bunch of time farming a sword, and this guy's gonna pay $200 to get it, and done. I mean, it kind of ruins that idea, and that's becoming a very, very controversial issue with Guild Wars right now. And I'm curious how it's going to implicate. I'm interested to see when they finally announce it, but I think all of us will probably get into the beta. Again, not to be a dick, but I'm probably going to be the one to get in it first because I'm press.
Oh yeah,
and you've done a lot more than I. Like, we're probably going to be at the end. Just make sure all the fluff is paid.
And like, you know, but I mean with the whole thing though is like I want to see how the game plays, because if it's not super fantastic. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't pay. I wouldn't want to pay money for it. I totally wouldn't. But if it is that good, and the PvP experience is exactly what they say it's gonna be, the combat's what they say it's gonna be. I have an amazing single-player story. Excuse me. Plus, I have amazing events. Plus, I have all this lore and content that you would normally get in a game like Skyrim, an Elder Scrolls trademark, right? I am totally okay paying $15 a month, because if you look at it in the long spectrum, and I know money is tight, especially now. But if you look at it in the long spectrum of things, right? If you pay every month, if you pay $15 a month, every month, it's still going to save you so much money compared to buying a bunch of games throughout the year.
Yeah, but does it really cost $15 per player to keep the development and to keep like refreshing it and keep adding new content? No, I think like a $5 per month price point, like you pay $60 up front, okay. $15 each month in
I could see them if they
4
do
months. You're paying for it again, and then in a year you're paying for it 4 times. Technically, if you pay $5 a month, I think they still get a fair amount of money. They get a lot more subscribers. That'd be like, oh, it's only $5 a month. That's not so bad. But they would still get a bunch of money to keep coming in, keep paying for the developers, and keep bringing in new content. I think $15
well,
is
you
got
to look at it this way, too. An MMO, 15, I'll agree 15's a lot, especially now with all the free-to-play. I could see them doing 10. 10 a month, I could see that. And I would easily pay 10. I'd easily pay 15 a month if it's really as good as they say it's going to be. But the thing, too, is a lot of these free-to-play games, like you look at Star Wars, and everyone was like, ooh, free-to-play. But Star Wars, in all honesty, it was great when it first came out. I played the shit out of this game. I loved it. It was so phenomenal. But when it actually comes down to it, when I started playing this again, there is no point in playing this game if you were a free-to-play member. There really isn't. If you want to seriously play an MMO, you may as well drop $15 a month. We've all spent $15 a month in this game, minus Kevin.
And some of us have spent more.
And some of us have spent more. Just to improve that experience. The fact that in Star Wars, I have to spend money, real money, to unlock cargo hold stuff, and they've made the prices in-game so absurdly ridiculous that I feel like I should spend real money, because I'm not going to save up ridiculous hundreds of thousands of credits, or hundreds of millions of credits for that matter, to extend my cargo hold. I'd rather spend $5.
Which you can't even get if you're free to play.
No, which you can't even get. So if they make, I do not want limitations in my game. That is what I hate, especially in MMO. Look at it, Skyrim. Like, let's just say Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
All right, you can download Skyrim for free, but after you get to Whiterun, you can do some quests in Whiterun, but then there's a invisible wall around the plains, and you can't go anywhere else unless you pay. That is stuff that free-to-play models have done, and quite frankly, I understand that, you know, people don't want to spend money. I don't want to spend money. I'm broke as hell right now. You know, we all are. We haven't been doing too hot with the economy. But I don't want to spend more money than I would for a subscription just to enjoy a game. Especially something like the Elder Scrolls. And so many people are so used to not spending anything now, the MMO market's kind of gone to shit lately.
Yeah.
It really has. And I don't want to see the Elder Scrolls fall into that pressure just because it's trying to be super successful. I want it to be an Elder Scrolls game.
Of course.
And, you know, if people are paying $15 a month for frickin' WoW, plus buying expansions, plus buying pets, there is no reason the Elder Scrolls couldn't survive if it's that popular. The Elder Scrolls has been around. Hasn't the Elder Scrolls universe been around just as long as the Warcraft universe, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah,
if not longer?
Just about, yeah.
And the Elder Scrolls, guys, has, if not the biggest fan base in anything gaming, it is
the most loyal.
It is the most loyal. And if they really deliver on the game, I can see them making a ton of money off of the subscriptions.
I bought Skyrim twice, actually.
Yeah, I did too. I have it on my PC.
I got it on the PS3,
my Xbox.
and then I was like, "What the fuck? I can't get the DLC." And they still don't have the DLC, right?
February is when it's all coming out.
For PS, oh for fuck's no! I was talking about like PS3. Did we still not have the DLC at all?
No, it comes out in February. Yeah.
Oh, they actually fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed it.
Oh, finally, a year after almost.
Pretty much. But for you know, Bethesda's credit, they had issues with certain pieces that Sony wouldn't help them fix until recently. So that's got to be noted.
Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony's had a fair amount of problems.
Sony's PR is not that fantastic, I've noticed.
Sony itself has just gone down the pooper.
Oh yeah.
Like, as far as like TV quality, as far as just all total electronics quality,
yeah,
and game experience, it's gone down.
Me as a Final Fantasy fanboy, this is a double blow because Square Enix is tanked and Sony is tanking, and I'm like, well, come on, guys.
Yep.
Well, another thing you see, like, in the industry as a whole, and we'll like get a little more focused on ESO here in a second, but the one thing you see with the industry right now too is no one wants to pay anything. Nobody. And most of the gaming industry right now is so subset on specific titles. Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty makes more than any other game in the industry every year. It is the #1 entertainment launch every new title it has, and it is a piece of crap game. Like Black Ops 2 was such a letdown because they honestly, and I mean no disrespect to Treyarch, right, or Call of Duty fans, but they honestly don't improve the game. It's not improved. It's not graphically improved. It's not animatively improved. I mean, you don't have much improvement in the game. It's just there to make money. And I hate seeing that, especially from such a developer that brought us Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty used to be a big deal. I enjoyed playing it every year, and now I've just totally lost faith because they don't care. And when you have people like that on the top of the industry, it really ruins a lot of the other games. And that's something I don't want to see the Elder Scrolls Online do just because they feel the pressure to be a free-to-play model. I would hate to see that happen, to be quite honest with you. Because if the Elder Scrolls Online is really as good as they say it is, and we've barely seen any gameplay, to be fair. We've barely seen anything from the game. And the beta is kind of going to be the turning point of, is it as good as they say it is? And when you look at that, and you kind of sit there and you're like, if it's really that good, I will totally spend money on it, a subscription fee. I will totally spend that money if it is really as good as they say it is. Because ever since I quit WoW 2 months ago, or 2 years ago, I haven't had much faith in MMOs. And a lot of people are like, well, Avi, why don't you play this, or why don't you play that? And, you know, in all honesty, sometimes it's just because they're terrible. Like, people are like, I would not have played Star Wars The Old Republic again if it wasn't for all of us getting together collectively and saying, hey, let's play Star Wars, you know?
Right, right.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't be dropping $15 on this a month. I'm dropping $15 on this a month now, you know? And I'm okay doing that if I'm playing with my friends. Like, we all bought DayZ. I mean, that's how half of us met, for God's sakes. And I'm totally okay spending $30 to get something like DayZ. I'm totally okay dropping a couple bucks to get that. But then you look at Star Wars and you look at the free-to-play model, and wouldn't you rather be getting everything you're spending real cash on if you just subscribe and you like get it through other stuff? Like, I would, you know? The fact that I'm paying a subscription fee and I still have to buy stuff with cartel coins and real money on top of that just ticks me off. Because if I'm paying the subscription fee, I should be getting everything. And I don't like that. I don't want that to happen to the Elder Scrolls. So I'm hoping it doesn't. And I know ZeniMax probably won't do it, but I just don't want to see a year from now the Elder Scrolls be like, oh, we're going free to play because we couldn't beat WoW, you know? And I think that's like everyone's big goal is beat Blizzard. And to be fair, Blizzard's going downhill.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's getting bad. And you know, I gave it a shot with MoP. I played MoP for a month and I quit. I got my character max level. I started, you know, farming some gear and stuff, and I was just, no, not doing this again. Because it's just the exact same pattern.
What game?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, I think you said MoB.
MoP is Miss Pandaria, is the acronym for it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
And, like, they had some really cool ideas. The Asian culture, cool, right? Again, really, really cool. Oh, wow. I'll take that for the mods if everyone's okay with that.
Are you guys lagging at all on Star Wars?
No.
Not really. Alright, someone go get the... Oh, never mind,
we gotta kill the other pack, and then you can get that one.
Maybe my graphics are too high.
I'm just gonna wait here.
Jeepers.
But, I mean, you just look at stuff like that, and you get pretty ticked, and I just don't want to see that happen to Elder Scrolls. I really don't. Because, like, look at Skyrim. And this is why I have extreme faith in the game. If you look at Skyrim, right? How much money has everyone put into Skyrim? I've personally put, what, 60 plus DLC,
0.
so 40. I've spent $180 on Skyrim. I have gotten, what I want to say, like, 900 hours. Go ahead. 900 hours of gameplay out of Skyrim, and I'm still playing it. Like, I'm still just loving it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I was watching Zach play Skyrim today, and it made me want to play, but I had to level up my SWTOR character.
If that's the same way Elder Scrolls Online is, again, totally fine with that. But I just don't want to see them ruin something for the sake of trying to be super successful, you know? I guess I'm pulling him first. I'll die because I don't have my tanking shit yet.
Yeah, I'm not pulling him for sure.
No, go.
No, go.
You're always so headstrong. Just shoot it.
What the hell?
Who's targeting me? No.
Don't understand.
Well, I guess I pulled it. Fantastic. One of you guys better heal me because I'm not going to be able to take much damage.
I don't have any healing.
Or you can just pull aggro off me. Yeah, Josh. But yeah, one of the things I don't want to see Elder Scrolls Online hit is, you know, I just don't want to see them fail because they're trying to be super successful in a free-to-play world. And you know, I don't mean anything offensively to people who play a lot of free-to-play MMOs, but free-to-play sometimes. Wow, now your armor drops. That is hilarious.
Fucking God.
But I just don't want to see something ruined because they're trying to fit a niche, just because people aren't willing to pay for games. And it's gone like everywhere. A lot of people feel like they're entitled to free MMOs and free games and all this, and it's stupid.
You're leaving me with precious few options.
Get off my platform. So I don't know. I'm still, you know, I know the Elder Scrolls Online, we're all like beta excited, awesome trailer. I'm still so worried.
Yeah. I know where you're coming from.
How the hell do you talk to people? Like, if you have a person in front of you, how do you talk to them?
/say?
No. Like a character.
Right click.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I just don't want to see it fail. I really want to see it be super successful. You care if I take that for the mods?
Go ahead.
We're gonna keep running this. I mean, I'm not like.
All right, sweet. Because I've got nothing.
Yeah, no, I know. So I don't know. I'm worried about that. Anyway, let's go back. All right. No, I'm gonna let you take leeway into this. What do you want?
You guys should come help me
in the Elder Scrolls Online to be. How do you want combat? We know that there's going to be a stamina bar, a mana bar, and a health bar on every character. But I mean, what are your like expectations for combat? What do you want it to be? Or do you guys want me to like outlay what I know about it?
Yeah, break down what you know already.
Okay, so what I know about the Elder Scrolls combat is it is going to be traditional like Skyrim. So left mouse click is your basic attack. Right mouse click is like your block, zoom, whatever. And then you will have hotkeyed abilities, which are like your special abilities. And it's going to look like an MMO interface, but it's going to be smaller like Guild Wars or Diablo. I think they said they have 12 hotkey slots or something on a podcast I watched. So it is going to be like smaller. But I mean, are you guys cool with that kind of system?
I am. Yeah, I'm all for that.
I don't like having, like on WoW, when I see people play, like having 50 million different things to try and click.
I can't
For Guild Wars, I like having like a 10 or 12, maybe like 15 max different things that you can select. And
I think it's 14 on Guild Wars. Does that sound right? Because you have F1 through 4 based on your. Well, I guess it depends on your class too, because sometimes you swap weapons. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But yeah, like having to remember like 50 million different combinations, having to like do all these different keystrokes just to get like an attack or something like that. No, that's silly.
It was such a headache, and WoW, it got so old.
Yeah,
and then they changed like one thing, and then everything would change, and I'd be like, no. I would get so pissed. But yeah, I like it. I like how it's staying true to, again, what the Elder Scrolls is. I'm totally okay with that. And you know, I am extremely excited to see how it handles. Now, what I like though is it's not, you know, it's not just skill based. Like they aren't gonna have. Sure, they'll have to do some balancing with the some of the higher up abilities that you're gonna get. But because they've made it literally like the Elder Scrolls games, and it's just, you know, click, slash, etc., they aren't going to have to worry about a lot of PvP balancing. Did anyone ever think about that? Because it's all going to be skill-based. It's not going to be... It's not going to be, hey, you have this ability, hey, you have this ability. Wow, Null died. Loser. But it's not going to be like that. You're actually going to... I just like the idea that I have to monitor my stamina bar. I like that. Or monitor my mana bar. Yeah. And I gotta use potions and stuff, you know, to keep that up. I mean, I'm totally cool with that. I think that actually makes it harder.
Yeah, I was actually yelling at my brother today about how he's playing on Apprentice.
Oh, wuss. Please play Adept.
Always
okay,
Adept.
So I got a problem with SWTOR already. I'm trying to play this. Maybe my computer's not powerful enough. Mm-hmm. But like things are chugging. I've got everything on low.
Oh, really?
Is it really that intensive of a game?
No, because I'm streaming it on Ultra right now, no problems. I'm running 30
Like, I try and turn my character, like, I can run forward and it'll just chug all of a sudden.
You know what? I actually heard about this.
And I saw somebody in the chat talking about it too.
Yeah. What was? I can't remember who was talking about that. I know they have a frame latency issue if you have like this one setting on. I can't remember what it is. Or you turn your shadows off, right?
Don't know.
Check that, because I turned my shadows off and now I'm able to run everything.
Well, I'm in a windowed mode right now and everything's set to, I think, very low.
Do full screen windowed. See if that fits.
Full screen windowed, and you said
shadows off.
Sure shadow quality off.
Off.
Texture low. Character level low.
But I mean,
anti-aliasing is low.
I'm really curious as to how with the Elder Scrolls, how players are going to take combat, or MMO players are going to take that kind of combat. I hope they accept it because I would love it. It's extremely cool to have that kind of element in something like that, you know, and I'm totally okay with that. I think it would be really cool to actually have to monitor stamina, monitor mana. I think it would make PvP more challenging. And not only PvP, PvE, you know? Because it's not like everyone can run in and blow all their abilities really quick if they all require specific pieces of it, right?
Right.
Oh, I can't interrupt. Shit, I still don't have an interrupt. But I would, again, totally be okay with that. I think that would be a really, really cool piece to it.
Fudge, 12. I'll try running it at 720p as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that you may have to look it up because there's been reported issues and stuff that I honestly I couldn't explain.
Yeah, it's fine. It's making combat almost impossible.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think
hey,
combat
that kind of helps.
Interesting-ish. So I don't know.
Like,
the other thing too I wanted to mention is PvP as a whole. What do you guys think about having like hundreds, if not thousands, of people on screen at once? Do you think they'll be able to handle that?
I don't know.
Because that's their whole PvP experience. It's based on massive combat with siege weaponry.
That'd be fun to see. I mean, if they can handle it and like computers are able to handle it, it'd be all right. All right, I have to drop the game. I can't even play it.
Look it up. I know there's an issue.
Frustrating the piss out of me. How do I get out of this game?
Avi, you are a pimp. Why am I a pimp? I'm not a pimp. I've had a girlfriend in 8 months. It does not qualify me as a pimp.
Come on.
Quit this game. I say we play DayZ.
Oh, I have class at 6 a.m. So I'm only gonna be on for a little while longer. I don't want to get into DayZ because it'll take me 2 hours to get stuff.
Easy, yes, then whatever.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of split on the whole idea of what a lot of this is gonna be working on. Tiny Tina reference. Oh, I should have gotten that. I haven't played a lot of Borderlands actually. Should have gotten that. I don't know. I'm fairly concerned about it still. Once I get in the beta, hopefully my opinions will be nullified, but I really doubt they will. I don't know. I just need to play it already.
I'm just waiting.
I mean, I'm so concerned. I'm excited to see more, but I mean, there's so much we could keep talking about. But I mean, that's kind of the gist of it.
Oh my God! I've been talking for 20 minutes and I didn't even realize I was goddamn muted.
Wow, you're a winner.
I was wondering why you weren't talking.
I was like, you should be pretty opinionated on these kind of things. Why is he not talking?
I'm trying to make a point for 20 minutes and you keep on interrupting me. Like, God damn it, Nick! Will you let me speak?
No, you weren't there. So, well, go ahead, start it up. What were you talking about?
With the combat system, what I'm kind of looking forward to, and I hope this is the way it turns out, is that you don't have to, like, fucking memorize a pattern of do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this, like the standard MMO.
Yeah.
A change on how the situation is, and your situation awareness. I'm like, I know they're working on putting the system where blah, 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 blah. I'm getting all talky now. I'm getting excited. I finally get to say what I say.
Of course.
What happened... somebody would do something like put down an oil field, and then they would drag you through it and set it on fire. And I'm hoping the situational awareness thing gets rid of the do this, then this, then this, then this, then this sort of.
Yeah, like have a set rotate. I hate rotations.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I always hate about MMOs.
To be able to change my strategy depending on the situation.
Like with MMOs, it's literally like honestly, that's what got so old with World of Warcraft. It was literally the same thing all the time. And then if you mess up like one move in that rotation of 5 moves, you're screwed. Like it just it ruins everything. And with Star Wars, I hate to admit it, but it is kind of that way with your abilities. Guild Wars is not as bad because you don't have as many abilities and it's really situational. Go back to the space station so we can do this one more time. And I like that with Guild Wars, especially the Guild Wars PvP. Because it makes it more focused on teamwork and coordination.
It's hell.
But I really hope that's why when they said it's gonna be like Skyrim where you have the click to slash, right bumper to block, all that stuff, I'm okay with that. That's totally cool. I like to, you know, be a little more like I don't want my loss to be because I forgot to push poison arrow button. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen. I want it to be because I had to, or I actually ran down my stamina because I was aiming that arrow too long trying to get a perfect shot, right? So I want it to be that. I don't want it to be something stupid like that. And I think that'll really encourage people to think more strategically. Although, in all honesty, you're still going to have that one a-hole who's like 5 years old and like runs and wastes all his mana and then complains that he hates the game.
Well, that's right. He can go die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the game, not literally. Don't kill him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Go poop yourself.
He doesn't know.
Go kill yourself, little kid. Literally.
God, I feel like such an idiot. I was on mute for 20 minutes. I was talking
that's pretty
so
pro.
much. Shut up! I was in a clan.
But I'm probably gonna go Nord Warrior.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make a Nord Warrior.
Apparently, Livestream says I look stressed. I am stressed. I'm not even gonna talk about all my problems, but I am very stressed. I am always stressed.
Hey.
That's why I play games.
Problems?
Bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a woman ain't one.
I hate all of you.
Feelings
Seriously.
mutual.
Good. It makes for interesting DayZ games. I love that one time. I love that one time we were all up in the hill and we were training Kevin to not be an idiot in DayZ. And we get him all this gear and he's like, "Hey, I think I'm finally getting the hang of this." And Elliot's like, "Oh, what's that? A bush?" And shoots Kevin in the face. He got all of his gear.
Damn it!
It was so
Where was
funny.
This at?
That was when
it
we
was
were
right
playing,
when I first started out. It was like the second day of me
Remember
playing.
with the 2 AC-130s at the airfield?
That was me. I killed Kevin.
Oh, you killed Kevin. Okay, yeah.
With the M14.
Yeah. That was so funny.
It was Josh with the M14 in the airfield.
Josh, remember that map? We ran all the way up. We ran all the way up because it looked like there was something really important on top of the mountain, and there was nothing. It was just a radio tower with 3 repairs on it.
Radio tower, and then we just ran down.
See, you're doing elf archer assassin. Like, I'm sorry if you're an elf, you're gonna be fighting us.
We're gonna
stream. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, that's my one concern with these balancing is just that, well, the Almiri Dominion.
Yeah.
It's filled with the races that aren't like, except for the Bosmer, aren't popular at all.
Actually, a lot of them are really popular. What
just happened? His messages got deleted.
I haven't the slightest idea what just happened. It's not a ban, because my...
Yeah, he just went, no! And then it goes, message deleted.
I'm not in the chat, so I'm not doing anything.
No,
Sorry, Assassin, I didn't mean to get you deleted.
Let's just hope it's not too late to help.
I have Nightbot on, but it's not set to ban caps.
It wasn't caps, it's just like a long message. It's a bunch of O's.
That's weird.
Oh, we're fighting here.
Let me try.
If it kicks
it's like that.
Too.
Yep, there we go. It doesn't like doing
what the
that.
Hell? I have that off. Alright, my bad. I'm still getting used to the bot. Like, no one's been talking in my chat room, so I haven't had time to figure it out. Huh. Alright,
banned from talking on Avialence TV for 584 more seconds.
Really? Wow.
Yep. What a pal. Screw you, Avialence.
Such a dick, Avialence.
He tries, guys. He tries.
But boop yourself, guys.
Boop.
Nightbot, get the fuck out of here.
Boop yourself is still stuck on there.
Nightbot. What are the bots? Nightbot, MooBot.
Nightbot, MooBot, and like.
Can you see Testin on there? It says I'm still banned.
Yeah.
I can't control anything. And the only reason I have Nightbot... Sorry to interrupt, no. The only reason I have Nightbot is because we've had douchebags who've come in here and just spammed the chat room for hours. Like, hours. And I hate the fact that, like, if I have no mods on, I literally have to stop what I'm doing to go deal with it.
On Tyrus, you can...
So I'm sorry, Assassin. I know you're still here. I kicked the douche out, but...
Why is it...
Sorry, I got you banned, Assassin.
You're not just... Sir, what?
But I joined you because I felt your pain.
We are aware of your who?
We are...
Pretty much.
It kind of looks like Gears of War armor.
Anyways, I am a little bit concerned about faction balance.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That was the same thing when Star Wars: The Old Republic went live. Everyone went Imperial, and there were no Republics on some servers.
Yeah.
I'll show these Imperials very much.
So, because I know that like Ebonheart is gonna be super popular, because of Skyrim.
Well, Skyrim and Morrowind.
Yeah, like, and it's the Argonians. Argonians always have that like weird place that everyone kind of loves them, but nobody ever plays them.
I love Argonians.
So I'm not. Well, like I said, my concern is, I feel like the Eldmiri is just gonna get stomped on. Because it's the High Elves, and everyone hates the High Elves right now because of Skyrim.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because the treachery of elves is well known throughout the land.
What did you type, Kevin?
I went no.
So just a bunch of O's.
Yeah. Speaking of no, I just spent $600 today on a suit.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna look snazzy for my interview.
Like, suits are not cheap, but they are classy.
Yeah, and it's 100% wool, so it's gonna last me a long time.
Oh, nice.
Yerp.
Yeah.
So got it from Holly's.
I mean, as much as I hate the Eldmiri Dominion, I hope that they actually end up being kind of popular.
Yeah, I agree.
And, like, the Bretons should be alright, because people like Red Guards, people like the Bretons, people like...
Yeah, no, I know someone who picks a Red Guard for, isn't it poison resistance?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Adrenaline is also nice. What else what else is in the,
This is it, man. This is what you've been
High Rock
for.
Treaty.
The Imperials are coming.
The what?
What am I missing? It's the... Oh, the Orcs. Yeah, the Orcs are also crazy popular.
Yeah, and they're on. They're with the Bretons and the Red Guards, right?
Yep.
Yep.
The Alzheimer.
Squad.
Work.
Work.
Suck. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Agreed. The Orc's gonna be very popular. I think, although you guys forget, the Altmeri Dominion has the Khajiit, and the Khajiit are very popular too.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Khajiit. It's just fun to say.
And I was so mad that they had the Khajiit because it makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Oh fuck, missed.
Because the Khajiit were never enslaved by the Altmeri Dominion, were they?
No, they weren't enslaved.
I'm trying to make sense of the Khajiit being with the Altmeri Dominion, because the Khajiit hate the elves.
Actually,
yeah, that's right, they do.
Kind of.
They really don't like the elves by the time. Well, I guess it's by the time you have Skyrim, though. I forgot about that.
Heavy armor. Damn it.
Well, it's a little different in Skyrim.
Well, oh yeah, I know that. The
because
timeline.
The Khajiit are like, oh wow, you brought back the moon. We kind of need that. So thank you. You now have our undying thanks.
Well, yeah, and that's true. But the Khajiit, though, I mean, the only thing that really relates them to the Altmeri Dominion, I feel, is literally their geographical location. Like, there's nothing else. Sorry, I was disassembling stuff. There's nothing else that relates the Khajiit to the Altmeri Dominion or makes any of their interests any, like... I don't get it. I went ahead, I just removed Nightbot until we have like really popular streams, so. But yeah, I don't get that piece of it.
200 more seconds, damn it.
Sorry, I can't unban you.
It's fine, man. It's no worries. It's not like I have anything intelligent to chat.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm super curious about some of that stuff, and what I want to know too, I want to, you guys, everyone who in this live stream, chat room, please back me up on this one. You guys know I love archery. Everybody knows I love archery. Archery is my shit. I have always arched.
Once an archer, forever an archer.
You know, and I actually got a great question on Ask Abby, I think it was on episode 1, where someone said, hey, I know you really like archery in Skyrim, and also in Oblivion and all that crap. I mean, I've always played an archer, everyone knows that. Why don't you like it in MMOs? Because someone had brought up Guild Wars. And I said, it's because it's not fun when my bow does everything that's important. Like aim, and all I do is push 1 through 5, and that's everything I do with my bow. Because someone said with range, like, why am I not playing a ranger on Guild Wars? And I said because it's not interactive. It's just mashing buttons, and I'd rather do a melee or a mage or something on that kind of thing. And yeah, that's exactly why. I mean, that's exactly why I hate it. So. That's that answer, you know, and that's why I'm really, honestly, I know it sounds really stupid, but that's why I'm the most excited about the Elder Scrolls Online, because they have this click system. It may be, like, actually fun to play what I like to play in an MMO.
I do have a minor concern with that. Is that, you know, if it's all going to be where you're clicking and shooting on, there's a high possibility that you're going to miss a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it also gives you, like, I hate to make this comparison, but there's this game a couple of us bought just for shits and giggles called Chivalry Medieval Warfare.
Oh, yeah.
And archery in there, awesome. I know, it is awesome. And with Chivalry Medieval Warfare, a lot of players don't play archers because they have no idea how the aiming works, because it does have drop, it does have this, it takes time for the bows to get there. Because it's not like a sniper rifle, which is what everyone thinks a bow and arrow should be.
Right, no. Yeah, exactly.
And,
sniper
seriously, and I was like, alright, well, you know, let's do that. And then I like the archer. It took me some time, but Josh can vouch for me here. I got pretty good with the archer.
Oh yeah, dude! I was actually playing it a couple weeks ago with Elliot, and I was doing work.
I know, and you know, it actually takes a bit of skill, but after you figure it out, it's not that bad.
Not at all.
And I always get so ticked off when people are like, "Oh, I hate archery in Skyrim because I always miss." And I'm like, "Have you tried actually doing it?" Like a lot of people who play Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls games do like a warrior build because they just like swinging buttons. Or a lot of people actually do a mage build. No, but you're a legitimate player though. Like I'm not dissing you. You know that.
You suck.
Screw you, Kevin. And you know, that's the truth though. Like, and one thing that I'm kind of excited about with the MMO is a lot of people in Skyrim. You guys remember this? I'm sure you had at least one friend that did this. The Agra Infinitum glitch was discovered, and like I remember the day that happened, all of my friends were level 81 besides me, and they were like,
I have to admit, I did that, and then I did it. I did.
Yeah.
I'm a bad person, but what I did, I found out that I didn't enjoy the game because I didn't earn it. So I reloaded. I just made a new character. Said fuck it, this one's broken. Not doing it again.
Well, I think the funny thing about that is though, like I would never forget. There's this guy George, and George, he's a very interesting guy. And he bought exactly. And he bought Skyrim, and he was super excited to play it. And I was like, "Hey, George." And we would all party chat and mess around with some characters and stuff. And what had happened with him was he did the Agra Infinitum glitch, and then he sold the game like 2 days later back to games. He's like, I sold it back. It was terrible. I was like, that's because you've ruined the game. The whole point of the game is progression and working to build a character and focus on a playstyle. And if you glitch to the top, you think it's just magically going to be super fun? No.
No. Like, just going through and poning everybody nonstop is just, it's fun for a bit. Be like, oh, look at me, I can smash everybody with like one click, but then after 20, 30 minutes of it, you're like, oh, look, there's no challenge. I just hit a button, they all go away.
Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Exactly. I hate
Lames.
So when I do Skyrim, I'm gonna do if we're going. I'm pretty sure we're going Ebonheart but if for whatever reason you change.
Even though I will claim to the day I die that my character is an Imperial.
Yeah. I think we're going Ebonheart. Honestly I wanted to be a Breton, because I couldn't be an Imperial and Brett was my next choice, but you know, whatevs. And they finally made Bretons badass with that trailer. But you know, I'll probably do a Nord. I'm gonna make him a little skinny, right? Because he's an archer. He's gonna be a stealth character. And then I'm gonna do that and have a blast with that. And then I probably may do a dark elf mage too, because I heard the mages are pretty cool implication wise.
Speaking of things that I feel I'm gonna be disappointed by, I hope they fix this, because I know in the alpha they really restricted you on where you could go depending on your level.
Oh yeah.
And that
in all MMOs they do that.
I know, but that makes me angry.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna go against it. I'll agree with you.
I get it, but that's so in the face of the spirit
of Skyrim or Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
Like, he's just like, the Elder Scrolls, here's the world, go do the hell you want.
Yep, have fun.
Yeah.
Come back and do the main quest later.
That was the craziest thing ever when I played Morrowind the first time. It was like, hey, here's the world. You can follow the main quest, or you can just not, and whatever. Nobody cares.
You can not and just do all this other super cool stuff. And it doesn't matter, yeah. And that's why I loved it. And I really hope they don't ruin that. Although I do feel, let's be honest though, it's gonna have to be limited to some degree as an MMO. But I hope they do what Guild Wars did and like encourage exploration with achievements and points and reputation
that's
and
pretty
rewards
fun.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Because in Guild Wars, I mean, I will go explore the entire zone. In World of Warcraft, I didn't do it until I was 85, bored as shit, and wanted a free tabard. I mean, that's literally it. And I didn't even want the tabard because it looked cool. I wanted it because I needed it for another achievement that gave me a cool looking tabard. Like that was the Explorer's tabard. Never frickin' wore it.
That's one thing Guild Wars has done really well, is making it so even if you're not doing like the storyline or doing any sort of quest, just going around, finding the different waypoints and stuff like that is really kind of fun.
Oh yeah. One thing I hope they add too, and I know this sounds so trivial, I want combat rolls. Everyone who plays Guild Wars knows what I mean. I want combat rolls. I have literally, in the time we've been running this instance, double tapped my keys like 8 times trying to combat roll.
What do you mean by combat roll?
In Guild Wars, you can combat roll left, right, back, front to dodge AoEs and attacks.
Okay.
I want combat rolls. But But the other thing too that I actually wanted to talk about.
If it's, I'm gonna interject.
No,
if
go
it's
ahead.
going to be like the Elder Scrolls combat system has always been, like hit, pull back, hold it for a large hit, that sort of thing. Right, do the left button for shield, right for attack, or wait, right for you know what I mean. Then dodge is going to be a legit mechanic. I'm not sure they're going to give you a combat roll, but
maybe
moving
like
out of the way is going to be
like a jump back or something. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I mean, in Skyrim, one of my favorite abilities is in the stealth tree. It's at level 50, and you can, when you're crouched in stealth,
don't fight. I gotta go grab something real quick.
Yeah, no worries. When you're stealth, like stealth crouch, don't go out there because they'll aggro, or you can just, or you can kill them. That works too. Okay. But one thing I like is that level 50 stealth ability where you can combat roll. And I use it all the time. I make a joke out of it quite frequently on my streams. But like, oh, look at me, moving around. I'm pro. But yeah, I mean, I do like that. And I'm a fairly big fan of that whole thing. So I'd like to, I'd like to see that in Elder Scrolls Online. I really would. It'll be interesting to see how that kind of flows. Have we even killed Iron Fist yet, or we're about to?
No.
Okay, that's curious.
You can't remember.
I can't remember. I've been talking about Elder Scrolls so much. But yeah, I want to do that. And one thing that actually, hey Josh, I just thought I'd mention this. Chat room, Dad Assassin sitting there in chat room with us, and he's like, "Do a barrel roll." Nice. Hey Josh.
I can't do a barrel roll.
Hey Josh.
Yes, Nick? Yeah.
Barrel roll!
I can't do a barrel roll, but I can do this.
Remember to heal.
Boop.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Why did I give you that? I should have given that to Josh. Oh, wait, he can't trade. That's why.
Oh, it's so sad. Oh, wait, stop. Buff me. I don't have my buff.
There you go. There's mine.
Thank you. I'm right.
But, yeah, I'm hoping that we do have that. Because... one thing, though, that I would like, or I'm really hoping I'll like with the Elder Scrolls combat system, though, is in an MMO, what do? You stand in front of something, and you push buttons until it dies. In the Elder Scrolls, if the AI is actually, like, oh, skip this crap. If the AI is actually interactive, and fights back, and does all these other things, I'm totally cool with that. It'll make it more challenging,
Wait, why am I just fucking walking up to this guy?
So you can attack him first, and I don't have to tank his ass. Thanks. But yeah, I like that whole idea. And I think that'll make it more challenging, again, and more rewarding, because combat isn't going to be stand here and push buttons. Like, what is a boss fight, for the most part, in an MMO? You avoid fire, and you push buttons. And then you get free loot. And that whole thing, I don't know. So, there's a couple things that, I don't know. Do we have any, like, kind of final points?
This robot just walking along, doesn't matter, don't care. Like I give a fuck.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about with the Elder Scrolls before we move on? I mean, did you guys have any kind of last minute notes? So I'll probably put this on to YouTubes and shits.
Yeah, let's play DayZ, yes.
Well, it's too late for that.
I'm gonna sleep after this. I should already have slept a while back.
But I mean, like, I think that's kind of the big things that I'm really concerned about right now,
I know.
And I'm still very concerned.
And I would really like if they, if you sneak and someone's in front of you, what I mean, that they will see you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about the sneak mechanic because there has to be a sneak mechanic, but
what I don't want them to do though with the sneak mechanic is I really, 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 really don't want stealth.
Yeah.
I do not want stealth. Everyone's gonna yell at me for it. And I don't care.
No, it's legit, because stealth is so freaking cheap.
Just slightly.
It is.
Just slightly.
Sneak attack
I'm
plus
okay with you,
8 times damage.
I'm okay with you, like, if you're far enough away from me, and will stealth within, like, a radius, that would make sense. Like, if you're really good at sneaking, and you're, like, 10 meters away from me, I will not be able to see you. You'll be able to sneak up on me and get like run up and stab me in the back while I'm not paying attention.
Well, you know, another thing too with the stealth is in like Skyrim, for example. I very, very often actually use my terrain to hide.
Yeah, and that's.
And I would totally love to actually have that. Like, what is the strategic point to putting a archer, let's say a archer or thief in World of Warcraft, like up on a mountain? None, because they'll just go invisible and go behind you and do whatever they want. And if you actually have to like plan stuff like that, I think the PvP could be really cool, actually.
Parkour.
Archers, ho!
Exactly. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I just
like I want it to be a not like just a like, oh, you do this mechanic. I want it to be a you have to think about what you're doing mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Like stealth isn't easy. That's
exactly yeah.
Where you have to be all stealthy, otherwise you're gonna get shot in the face.
I love people who I used to play. God, Cell versus Merc. I spent so much of my childhood playing that, and
Splinter Cell was a great game.
It was so good, but the idea of the stealth there is like you actually have to use your environment. You actually have to, blend into stuff and work with it. It's not just, hey, I'm invisible, you can't see me, and that's like literally all it is. And I hated that. That's why, like, whenever, for those of you who are curious, whenever, like in Star Wars, I'm a Jedi Shadow. Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it, but I still don't like the idea that I can just turn invisible and no one can see me. And in Star Wars, it's not as bad as a WoW. But I mean, that's where I think mechanics like Shadow Dance, right? If you guys have ever leveled your Sneak to 100 and used it in Skyrim, there's the mechanics like Shadow Dance, which you literally dance in and out of the shadows, so your character will go invisible for a few seconds, and then uninvisible, and invisible, and uninvisible. I think that's a place where those mechanics could be really cool and really utilized, right? So I'd like to see that, but I don't know if it actually will be in there. Again, it's all about getting into the beta, which, by the way, I'm not allowed to talk about for a live stream. I know the second, if I do get in the beta, everyone's going to be asking me stuff. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
You can't. NDA, you can't do it.
NDA, I will not be able to say anything. It is legit, and I will totally have legal consequences if I talk about anything that's going to go on. I'm sorry. As soon as I can publish it, you guys know.
No. You don't have to be sorry, because that is the law.
That is the law.
You are not sorry.
Oh,
I'm still sorry.
I am still sorry, because I would be feeling the same way. But I will be publishing whatever I can on Gamersalt Weekly and YouTube and stuff. So I mean, I will have that. But just to let everyone know, live stream, because I know people are gonna ask about it. Avi, tell us some secrets. No.
Abby, what do you know? What have you found?
Tell us.
And
show me your moves.
Show me your moves.
Welcome.
And I sneak tiny things. You guys know I
show
talk
your
stuff
moves.
about Fallout 4, but
show me your boots.
I'm not gonna mess this one up.
All right.
Yeah, just don't. It's not worth it. It's
No.
not worth it. You did it too early. They're still alive.
They're immune to that now? Really? That's stupid.
If they're not immune, if you do it too early, they're immune, which is bull.
That's bull. When we did this 2 days ago, that's not the case.
Well, you probably just timed it differently, that's all.
Nah, it was also lower level. This is not the game you're looking for. Yeah, too true. I love chat rooms sometimes.
This is not the game you were looking for.
Like, look at this. Whee! Dance stealth. Oh yeah, I'm behind you and you can't see me.
Playing the armor right now on Arrowhead. It's kind of fun.
Hurt. I should probably heal.
Oh wait,
Okay.
you know what I didn't think of though?
Hmm?
The AI in TSO is going to have to be really good.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna have to be very, very, very good, or at least for MMO standards. Holden, I tried out the Secret World. I was in the alpha and the beta, and I played it when it released, and it was terrible. Sorry. I do not have to cock back an M16 bolt after 3 bullets. It's bad. And then on that was the first game that had a subscription on top of a cash shop. And the cash shop was like actually necessary stuff. It wasn't like Star Wars. And I never thought I'd say that, but it actually wasn't like Star Wars. Oh, you guys left me over here, you jerks.
Oh, damn it, my bad.
It's alright, I got
You
it.
wizard!
No, the Secret World had so many flaws in combat, I couldn't stand it. And I'd love to explain myself, but I'm getting tired. So, ask me that question tomorrow. Actually, who asked me about the Secret World today? One of you guys did, didn't you? Before we went live?
Oh, who was it? Was it Thomas?
I think it was Thomas. Yeah, because I literally talked about the Secret World for like 30 minutes before we went live tonight. Because yeah, Thomas brought it up. Because I did talk about the Secret World a lot tonight. Because that's one of the games I was really excited to alpha and beta test, and then I was really disappointed when I started playing it. Because it promised so much and gave nothing.
Everything is true.
Story of Noel's life.
Oh. Thanks, Kevin. I love you too.
I think it was talking about the thing preceding.
Stop fighting, you idiots!
He's just clearing out the room. He's enjoying not having to tank.
Fuck you!
Ouch.
Noel.
I'm sorry, you're a terrible tank.
Rock! Oh, never mind.
Well, I didn't have any abilities to tank, so therefore I wasn't tanking.
Thank you very much.
How can you be a tank without tanking ability?
You get a high threat at hit.
You punch stuff.
There are no high.
You actually in this game you don't get any of your tanking abilities until 15. No taunt, no stance to give you extra threat, nothing. So I don't know. I'm still very worried for the Elder Scrolls Online. Hopefully I'll be playing it soon and my worries will change, but I think that one thing too that's kind of funny is I had a lot of people on Twitter and on Facebook start messaging me saying, well, you're just so lucky you get to get into beta right away because you're press and no. And I was like,
yeah, but
I get to deal with the stupid stuff. You guys get to come in when it's actually fun. Like, I'll be doing stuff like server latency tests for 2 hours, where I just try to log in over and over and over again to make sure the servers can handle logon caps and stuff. Like, we doing the boring stuff. Sure, I'll get to make a character, but that character will probably be deleted 30 minutes later, and it's not as great as everyone thinks it is. Because a lot of people think beta is literally just free access into the game a year early. No, that's not what beta is.
It's testing.
That's what consoles have made beta, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
And I hate that. Like, oh, buy this and get the beta code for this, and it's like, excuse me? I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole nother day. It's a whole nother day. We will talk about that Friday or some shit. Because I don't even want to get into that. I'm so pissed that consoles have literally monetized betas. Come on. Buy Ghost Recon and get into this. Buy Medal of Honor and get into the Battlefield 4 beta. It's like, really? Come on. A beta is a test. Right. It's not something you sell. Right.
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah, you literally, and a bunch of 5-year-olds are stupid enough to buy it. For the record, if anyone watching right now is 5 years old, you should not be playing any game that has a beta. Go back to the Wii.
Or any game at all. You're Goram 5.
Yeah, no, 5.
Yeah, go outside.
Yeah.
Go outside. Play.
You too, Josh.
Play baseball. Yeah, Josh will play catch with you.
What's that?
He also has a white vein that says free candy on the side.
Please,
it's really not candy.
It is, yes.
It's ice cream.
I help out children by giving them free candy. So come on in, please.
Come on, Eileen.
That just happened.
That just happened. Well, that I actually heard that. In 7.1 surround sound of my fucking headset. Ruined. Life ruined.
Good. That is my main goal, is to ruin.
Thank you.
I do a good job.
Yeah, apparently. PC equals free betas? Not necessarily.
No.
PC does not equal free betas. PC betas are still marketed like crazy.
Yeah.
Crysis, perfect example.
Oh, we don't want to talk. Don't talk about Crysis. Nobody likes Crysis.
Are you? I will kick you out of this everything.
I've never played Crysis.
You don't like Crysis?
Kevin, leave. Leave until you've played Crysis. Go.
Nope. My computer would shit itself if I tried playing Crysis.
That's true.
I'm running an
Also
old
for console,
iMac.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, PC's never free betas. Never.
Never.
And, you know, in all honesty, you should never have to use free and beta in the same sentence, because it's not a product.
Exactly.
Beta is you volunteering to test a game for the developers. It's not like a free product you should get.
Yeah. Like, betas are kind of fun, but they're not supposed to be for your pure enjoyment. You're doing a job.
They aren't fun. Like, that's why a lot of people... God, I remember we used to get rewards for participating in betas. You guys remember that? Well, Noel probably does. I don't know how many betas Josh and Kevin have done, but, like, when it was like... You get a free pet and a super awesome robe for participating in the beta.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's the best thing ever. They actually would reward you for betas. And now it's like, buy our game and get a beta because we're too lazy to make content that actually means anything for the video game. Thanks, consoles. Cough, cough, EA. No. I mean, EA, in all honesty, they've gotten better about their servers. They're still not my favorite company in the world. They're just kind of doing whatever everyone's doing. Go ahead, Josh.
Alright.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start the fight and get him annoyed at me so he doesn't knock you off the bridge or anything.
Did you just run past him?
Yeah. I'm high enough level that he doesn't...
He doesn't even aggro you? Winning.
Yeah.
Activision's gotten pretty bad. That's because they have Call of Duty, dude. You think they care about anything besides your money? It's kind of been proved just because they haven't updated the game. And I love how in the Black Ops 2 developer interviews, I don't know...
Don't fall off the edge!
Yeah, don't fall off the edge. You'll be glitched there. I don't know how many developer interviews you guys watched. About
heavy armor. Damn it.
With Activision. But with Activision, do you guys remember when... I don't know if you watched this interview again. When they were asking questions at E3, and it wasn't like G4, it wasn't, you know, who else? It wasn't G4, it wasn't IGN, it wasn't game trailers, because they never ask the important questions anymore. It was, I can't remember, I think it was just like Kotaku or something. It was just like a simple interview, and they were like, do you seriously not feel that the Black Ops, or the Call of Duty game engine needs to be updated at this point? He's like, no, I feel like the explosions are right where they should be, and the Kotaku guy was just like, really? Like, it's coming up on 7 years old. And I was just like, wow, again? I'll take it for the mods again. Yay. And yeah, I was really just surprised to hear that answer, you know? And that's literally what they think of it now, though. They're like, oh, I don't need to worry about that because stuff.
The sheer arrogance.
And
I do frequent Kotaku a lot, and there is a Kotaku article that we need to be saved from gamers like this. We're okay with this sort of bullshit happening.
Oh wait, we forgot to turn off the tractor beam, guys.
It's a trap.
Oh wait, what we came to do? Shit.
Send in Obi-Wan, he'll shut it down.
Well, I know. I know that.
Killed 5 minutes later.
Well, I know that a new
It's
engine
okay.
means they can't simply reskin stuff. That's all Call of Duty is. And I don't hate Activision because like I like to give everyone a fair chance. I don't hate Activision. I just don't appreciate what their franchise. Call of Duty used to be amazing. Like, I was so into it.
Do any of you guys play the original Call of Duty?
Oh yeah, dude.
When you did the Russian campaign and then you don't get the gun.
Nope. I was so mad. I was like, why? I want that gun.
And then you're trying to get a gun, but none of them are dropping. People are taking the gun before you get it. You're like, oh my god, where are the guns? I'm gonna die.
Before create a class. Is pick a class. Well, that's the thing though, Assassin. You're absolutely right. Game developers have gotten lazy. Want to know why? Because the people they're marketing to aren't... I'm not going to say true gamers, but they aren't very demanding gamers anymore. It doesn't test anything. Why do you think we haven't had new consoles for 8 years? Ding dong.
Because we haven't started bitching yet.
Because people don't care. And I'm mad about that because we should have cared a long time ago. But now you have a lot of the gaming industry is dedicated to pleasing kids that buy games they aren't even old enough to play. Or people who buy Call of Duty every year, buy nothing else, and play it for 5 hours after football practice.
Right, yep.
They don't play it because they want a game or appreciate video games. They play it because they can pwn 8-year-olds and drink beer with their buddies while their girlfriend's over. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's just not what gamers like us are.
Hey, Nick. I'm looking at your Facebook post for your on 4-bit farming gear, and the link says http://invalid.invalid/.
Wow, really?
Like your typed out link for Twitch is correct, but the the Facebook generated one that says invalid.invalid. Go
I love
Twitch.
how Facebook and Twitch, they never work together. We've actually had so many issues with Twitch today. My main streaming server was down. I had to recalibrate everything. Recalibrate? I totally just said that. I had to recalibrate everything.
Said it again.
I'm saying it because I'm thinking of Garrus. Oh, Garrus.
Like, how many times does that gun need to be recalibrated?
Every damn day.
Every
day.
Stop. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself again.
You totally look like Max Payne. I love that. Like, you look like Max Payne.
Hooray! I didn't kill myself.
Congrats.
Damn.
All I need to do is some slow motion sideways shooting, and I'm good.
Dude, seriously. You should
Max
get on
Payne
that.
in space.
Max Payne.
You should have named your character that. Max Payne in space.
Payne in space. I would have been totally supportive.
I find your lack of faith impressive.
Oh, dude, there's gonna be plenty of memes. You guys know I have some pretty good memes. Like that one when we were doing the Dawn Guard stream, and everyone was singing that Call Me Maybe song that we had guesting, and we did one for Lord Harkin where it was like, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my blood, so drink it, baby. It was the best thing ever. Like, we've had some good memes. Yeah, of course I'll be putting memes and stuff. Not just when I go to the bathroom, either.
Is that where you come up with the best ones?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that was Assassin who came up with that one. We need to we should, some of the conversations we've had in Star Wars could totally be memes.
Yeah, they could.
We need to start writing these down. I'll pull out my black book again, and I'll just start writing these down and making memes out of them.
Get ready to die. Oh, damn it.
Or like that one, oh, we should make a bunch of free-to-play memes while Josh still isn't a subscriber. Like, just got two pistols for new character. Can't equip because can't afford.
That's pretty good.
It happened. It's true. Can't equip because I'm free to play.
True Sith uses blue lightsaber.
Right. Get away from me, you Sith.
Do you know why the Sith use the red lightsabers?
Evil.
No, not because it represents evil.
I know there's some more detailed explanation. Please.
No, do you know?
I think it's because... Honestly, no, I don't remember.
Okay, the true Jedi are the ones that kind of control the worlds that have the crystals needed for the lightsabers and for the colors. So them protecting the true crystals, they keep them out. So the Sith have developed artificial crystals that they put in their lightsabers, and hence the red color.
Yep.
Okay.
Mind refreshed. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. You know what? I
should have remembered that.
I don't think it is a color, but there should be a color.
I'm charging up our main
You should make a rainbow lightsaber.
in a few moments.
Rainbow.
No.
For Josh.
I want
Will be nothing but
I want a silver lightsaber, the traditional color.
I know you can get it in this game. I just think it's extremely rare.
I know, but I
You can have
want
a
it so
silver
bad.
like blade.
Yeah, silver is the original color of lightsabers.
Because they didn't have the stones to craft the others.
That's pretty.
I love how
nifty.
my screen she runs away and falls down. Did you guys
Yeah.
see that? She's like, oh, we gotta get away. Face plants in the
Here's a
ground.
meme. Really enthusiastic clones.
Oh, I need to get a photo of that guy cheering in this instance and make a meme out of it.
Yes, yes, you do.
We won!
It's enthusiastic.
All right, we get it, John. We won. All right, calm down. We won.
Enthusiastic clone is enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic clone is enthusiastic. Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. I've seen that one already though, Assassin. True, when that was when the crossbows came out in Skyrim, and it said true men stab guys with crossbow bolts. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I've seen that one already. Someone already did that.
Scrim.
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 Skyrim.
Would you
Why are
guys
they
mind?
still shooting at us? We blew the crap out of everything in their ship.
I know. Well, let's be realistic. We probably did no damage to that thing. Let's be honest here. We just disabled the tractor beam.
We did kill like 80 people.
Max Payne, slow-mo belly dive into this conversation.
Right?
I remember when I first got Max Payne 3, all I would do is slow-mo dive everywhere. Like, oh, this is couch? I'm just going to slow-mo dive over it.
I played the first Max Payne, none of the other ones.
The third one was really good. It had one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game.
You just...
Alright, make sure we all go to Coruscant, too, so I can stay there for when we play probably tomorrow or Friday.
Alright.